food workers. And the airport workers' labor union actually stepped up to say, hey, now wait a minute. The arrest of these 94 liars does nothing to protect the flying public. But the government thinks differently. And they're also spending millions of dollars to try to talk teens out of having sex. You know the program.
Possible.
Just say no and all that stuff. A few people wonder if it's really wasting cash. It's made a small dent in teen pregnancy.
Of course it is. Of course it is. Because the guys are turning around saying, just say yes.
The only way you can do that is like, the alcoholic, you give them something that makes the alcohol taste really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to feed the women something that when the men put their
when they
made it hurt or something.
The minute the tip enters, is that what you mean?
He said necessary.
A hackle. The minute there's a hackle.
Why not just make it so...
Jesus.
The minute there's any hackling, there's trouble.
Why not make it so that they guys stay soft? Wouldn't that be easier?
Well, that would be another possibility, but I'd rather do the other one.
I know. AOL Time Warner is about to announce it's lost $50 billion in the first quarter of 2002. That'd be the biggest corporate loss in history. Richard Pryor's wife is ragging on both Spike Lee and Jim Brown. Spike Lee, she says, because he's always pushing the racism thing. And Richard Pryor's wife, furious about the segment in the documentary about Jim Brown, that where Jim Brown says he was fired by Richard Pryor as the head of his production company in the 80s.
Can you dig that?
Because of pressure from racist record executives. Jennifer Lee Pryor says, that is so stupid. He's a bully and a control freak. He started to take over the company, and so Richard reined him back in, took his business back. And she also says Jim Brown date raped her.
Wow.
Liz Hurley sold pictures of her son for £1 million in Britain to a magazine, which means that the kid is making more money than she is now. Gwyneth Paltrow is supposedly dating Ben Affleck's brother.
Oh, really?
Either that or they're just out at vegan restaurants.
Just ball his dad while you're at it. Jeez.
She is looking weirder and weirder.
Yeah.
Bruce Paltrow. In these
She's just odd.
fashion magazines, I've seen pictures of her. She just looks like...
I think she thinks
that
she's a lot
vegetarian
hotter than she
lifestyle is
really
not
is.
good for
you
her.
got that right.
Jerry Lee Lewis has divorced his sixth wife after 17 years of marriage.
Well, she wouldn't let him kill her? Or what's the problem there?
It's lucky she lived through it.
The Osborne action figures are coming out, including Jack and Kelly action figures. And they're also going to accessorize with an Ozzy pooper scooper, and a soundtrack is in the works, too.
No.
And Milton Bradley, the baseball player, did you hear about him?
Yeah, the guy that got cocked at the bar. And
they had to load him into an emergency vehicle and take him to the hospital.
Is he named after the board game company?
Actually, he's just in mind games, apparently, because they say he's been in altercations with managers and teammates and umps in the bigs, and was once suspended for spitting gum at an ump while playing Double-A in Pennsylvania. While he was at Diana's Deli, though, this week, the waitress phoned to have this, quote, drunk removed, who's, in her words, pitching his cookies all over the place.
Gross.
The center fielder was in the deli on Monday with his female companion when they started to waltz out, and she's like, ooh, no, they're too loaded. So she called the Cleveland cops, who called the ER because she said he was severely intoxicated. In fact, they found him in the restroom, throwing up, and later released him to the Indians pitcher, to custody of that guy after he dried out. Trudi Daniels for Rock and Roll Radio News. Can't tell whether the fart smelled like food or if it's just Mike's food smell.
I think it's the food. I really do, although
The fart was way over by the garbage can.
The fart seemed really close by, and then all of a sudden I smelled the food, and it smelled like a chicken fart.
No, that's not me then. I haven't had any chicken.
What are you eating?
I had a hot dog with heavy mustard and mashed potatoes with tons of butter. And I just threw a whole load of gravy on top of that.
Alrighty. I don't know. It could be the fart, Trudy.
No, there's no chicken in there. No, there's no chicken in there.
Walter said chicken.
Okay, well, there you go.
Uh-huh.
There it is. You got Walter's fart lingering.
Yeah.
Or it's food.
Mm-hmm.
Kmart is going to, I guess the board is going to decide what to pay these guys. The judge in the bankruptcy court really has nothing to say about it.
Steve was all over it yesterday in Chicago doing a live report, and basically the judge was sitting there saying, like, hey, listen, who am I to tell the board what should be done? And it looks like everybody's going to get their contracts the way they want them with no changes.
That's funny because at the end of his report on Channel 7, he said, so the higher-ups at Kmart are left smiling by this development.
Yeah,
exactly.
Like,
hey, we got our big buck.
Right, exactly. And he talked about there's just like one facet that involves a union that had a very half-hearted effort. He said it was like 20 seconds they put up a fight before collapsing. So all of the arguments about the salaries and everything, might as well forget it.
And I see that the Hamas and Islamic Jihad actually got together to vow that more suicide bombers are going to Israel and that we should be hearing something any day now.
Really?
So,
Oh, nice.
yeah, so that Israeli action and really inspired a lot of people. I don't know what, I honestly don't know what the right thing to do there is. I just don't think they ever want to stop fighting, really.
They don't.
Do
They never have.
But
they never have, and they never will.
Yeah. I don't think it's going to.
You just look at the history. That's all it's been. Why would it ever change?
I doubt it'll change things much, but but to have these two groups getting together, did they have a joint press conference and
maybe
hug afterwards?
Well, they kill each other to see who's going to do the most talking.
I said you'll see that in coming days, though. So they're promising a suicide bombing very soon.
Oh God!
Do we have the picture, Mark?
Yeah, it's right here.
Let me see.
Right.
Oh yeah, son of a gun!
What's that a picture?
Hey Mary, how you doing?
Good.
You were going through your pictures in the paper.
On the front page this morning of the Free Press, the sports page.
How observant you are. Now, she noticed something very tiny in the background of Steve, right above Steve Eiserman's left arm.
Right. It looks like, I wasn't sure, but it looks
The finger.
Yeah.
I see it.
Mike would have seen it had he looked at the picture. He would have, because he sees things like that.
Yeah, I do. I'm really pretty good with that stuff.
And the other thing, do we have to see Mo Cheese every morning, being happy or sad?
No, come on, this is his life.
I know, but,
Are you a big Red Wings fan?
yeah, I mean, we follow them. I mean, it's fun to follow them, but...
You got to admit, though, he's changed his routine dramatically every year. He has new routines, it seems, almost every game. Okay, Grant, he's been doing the same dance for 8 years. All right, every game, same time. But a kid's a tradition.
Oh, man.
I don't know.
No, I follow you.
Mark said, put Mary on. She sounds hot, by the way.
Oh,
and then,
thanks.
then he mentioned that
She said we.
you saw the kid. What's that, Mark?
Until she said we.
Oh, I see. Yeah, and now there's
the
child
brat.
crying.
Now
yeah.
the whole thing is just disintegrating.
I think she's just as happy for it.
Certainly.
Mary,
Yes, I'm here.
Well,
Yeah.
are you upset?
No, I'm not upset.
Oh, okay. No,
No,
you can
you're
still
not
be
mad?
hot with a crying kid.
No, he's eating his breakfast.
Okay. Well, he was being a little noisy.
Oh.
yeah, it really is a bummer, but what can you do?
Okay. No, you're happy. You love every noise he makes, don't you?
Yes, he's fun.
Of course he is.
Every
I wish he
noise.
was here.
I hired.
Thanks, Mary. That's
pretty
a great
disingenuous.
observation because I wouldn't have
Very
seen that
much
in a million
so.
years.
Okay.
All right.
That's awesome.
And you call with your hockey observations anytime.
You guys are great.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you, baby.
We love you.
Love
We
you too.
baby.
Bye.
See ya.
What exactly is it? I don't.
It's this kid flipping the
flipping the
bird at
finger.
Fedorov.
Oh.
After
And Fedorov is looking right at him, as a matter of
yeah,
fact.
Fedorov looks like he's smiling at
He
him.
is
Actually,
smiling at him. As a matter of fact, he's got his arm up like he's...
either that or Fedorov and Stevie are sharing a pretty personal moment. 'Cause look at that. Fedorov's smiling at Stevie. Stevie's going like, oh.
I know it. Fedorov has a firm grip on Stevie's helmet.
And
Hey.
He's got his...
Steve's got his hand in
look
it.
at that
And
kid.
Steve is looking very ecstatic, by the way.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Steve, if you were to put a sound with that, it would be what is it? Where is it? What is it?
Well, it's quite a game. Looking forward to hearing from Mickey Redmond as the Wings tie it up. No one's won a home game, by the way.
Yeah.
Now 2-2.
Until
with
us next time.
away team tied with the away team in terms of victories. Fisher and Chelios got the Wings off to a 2-0 lead in the first. Vancouver made it 2-1, and then late in the second period, oh boy.
On the draw, Sopel. Back to Olin. Cook to the front of the goal. Firing, and I think that hit Cook. On the way through to Hossie. Another shot, they score!
High stick.
No.
What do we got?
I think it's Cook. Cook getting the goal.
Yeah, Mickey thought there might have been a high stick on that. They started to review it, and then it seemed like they just dropped the puck. And then period ended, third period started, and who else but the first star of the game to get things going for the Wings with about a minute gone in the third period.
Fedorov circling to Chelios. Olin hooked down by Shanahan. Fedorov, Eiserman, up front of the goal. Scores! Steve Eiserman gets the goal, and the Red Wings out in front. The captain has done it again.
Drapes had an empty netter to make it 4-2.
We got to keep going. We got to stay on the attack, and we were able to do that in the third period. We generated some pretty good plays. Dom made some huge saves once again down the stretch, like we know he's going to do. And it was just great. We needed to win this one to make it a series. Now it's best 2 out of 3, and we got a little momentum. We just want to keep building on it and get better and stronger, and that's all we can concern ourselves with right now.
All right, Drapes. Mickey was popping off about the officiating and the Vancouver fans and their obnoxious behavior after the game. We'll talk to him hopefully within about an hour or so. Mickey Redmond on Game 4. Yeah. Game 5 tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, Joe Louis Arena. Can the home team win a game? They better be able to win a game. Montreal of the Bruins 5-3. Canadians lead 2-1. Series in New Jersey and Carolina tied up at 2-2 after the Devils 3-1 win. Islanders 6-1 over the Maple Leafs. Maple Leafs still lead 2-1. And St. Louis gets its third straight shutout from Brent Johnson. He becomes the first NHL goalie in 57 years to get 3 straight shutouts. And he's grandson of Sid Abel. How about that? Avs over the Kings 1-0. Avalanche lead 3-1. And on to the NBA where Orlando took Charlotte in overtime 111-103. That series tied 1-1. And the Jazz tie up the Kings with a victory at Sacramento 93-86. Raptors and Pistons tonight. Corliss is the 6th man of the year. Meanwhile, the reports have Jerry West becoming president of the Memphis Grizzlies. How about that? LeBron James, he's that junior Mr. Ohio who kind of wants to skip his senior year to go for the NBA, but the NBA will not go for that. Now he's talking about playing professionally in Italy for senior year. Funny. Duke point guard Jason Williams officially renounced his eligibility. He'll enter the NBA draft. Tigers 3-0 winners. Weaver with a shutout. Simon a 3-run homer. And Jason Swafford banned indefinitely by Nashville's Madison Little League for pushing, shoving, and punching umpire John Garland after a Friday game. He was arrested and later released after he and his son swore out warrants against him for assault, the umpire, that is. Before the game, John Garland indicated some bats that Swafford's team could not use for safety reasons. He pointed out the same problem at Friday's game. After that game, Swafford approached both umpires and hit the father in the neck as he tried to walk away. Coached 2 teams, one for 7 and 8-year-olds, one for 9 and 10-year-olds. Great guy. Swinging at umpires.
Nice.
Unbelievable. We should do a replay. I had a couple of requests for replay of the little girl who is doing the call screening for her Little League coach.
You have a heart.
Bat swinging into the other coach, father. And we'll do that, but we got to call the Star Trek or the Starbucks guy first.
Oh, that clown! God Almighty!
Yeah, he's trying to go to every Starbucks. We have any Starbucks music?
We'll find something.
What Star Wars? Starbucks, nothing but Starbucks.
Star Wars,
nothing but Starbucks. God only knows why anybody would want to go to every Starbucks. But he's a young guy, too.
Does it taste good to you as much as it does to me? Now, this is appropriate.
John Winter Smith? Is this? You go by Winter?
Yes.
Oh, no kidding. And how'd you decide to go by your middle name?
Actually, the middle name is the proper name. I just put the John Smith around it to fool the computers.
Oh, I see. So John Winter Smith isn't even your name.
Well, it's my legal name, but it's been changed. I just didn't want to go through the difficulties of trying to change my name to a single name. That would have caused a nightmare with filling out forms and computer.
Oh, I see. No, why? By the way, it's Drew and Mike from WRIF.
In Detroit?
Yeah.
Hey, how are you doing?
Not bad. What's the idea with changing your name? You trying to change your name to Starbucks or something?
Oh, no. This happened back in college, way before I'd even visited a Starbucks. I've been going by Winter since I was in college.
And you would have preferred to go with one name except for the problems involved?
Yeah, I mean, how do you change your, how do you legally change it to one name?
But why would you want to be just Winter?
Winter?
Yeah.
I just think it's a neat name, and other people seem to agree. It's worked out well for me.
Has it been, was that really your middle name, though, before?
Oh, no. I was named after my father, and I wanted something to give myself an identity.
Oh, okay. And it's Winter?
Yeah, just like the season.
Is it because you love...
Of the season.
You like the wintertime?
It kind of fits with my personality.
Oh, you're icy and cold.
Yeah, that's how I'm perceived, and by coincidence, I happen to be born on the last day of winter, first day of spring.
Oh.
Oh, man, that's intense. And so why the Starbucks thing? Is that another effort to just kind of carve out your own identity?
That was just an idea that popped into my head as we were, as I would hang out at Starbucks and talk to the baristas about how quickly they were growing, and, just as a lark, either I suggested or one of them suggested, why don't you try and visit them all, and I don't know why, but I decided to go ahead and do it.
Did you just want to be part of it? You just sensed the strength of Starbucks and you just felt the need to be part of it?
More like I wanted to do something different.
Because
here's my chance to do something that nobody else has done before.
But nobody would ever do that.
Well, yeah, it doesn't seem like too many people are that intense.
Yeah, it almost sounds like in the middle of the conversation, you were sitting there going on and on and on and on about Starbucks, and finally somebody said, you know what, why don't you just visit all of them?
Yeah, well, I had already visited quite a few in the Dallas area, and so I'd say, well, hey, I've been to this one looks like this.
But didn't they wonder, why are you doing this? I mean, it's not like you're the regional manager or something.
Oh, no.
Hello.
Well, it started out as doing something different, but then I discovered that, I enjoy the traveling.
I would think you would just be doing this to the end of your days and still maybe not even get out of one state.
It does seem like it, but there's only so many places they can put a Starbucks, so they have to slow down eventually.
I
don't know.
I heard they were expanding at a pace that they felt that you could not possibly get to fast enough, just to blunt your efforts to get to all the Starbucks. They're putting them in Malaysia and places like that.
Yeah.
No one even goes, but they just want to have one that you can't get to.
That might very well be true, but I think I'm up to the challenge.
Like the payphone in the desert,
Right.
Yeah.
Now, is it true that you can take travel money out of the tip jar at any Starbucks in America?
No, that is not.
You
true.
can't?
No.
Unfounded rumor.
No.
Wow.
Do you get your photo taken with the manager of Starbucks when you arrive?
No, typically I'm in and out of there too quickly because, remember I have like 10, 15, 20 stores to hit in a market.
So people are just left with, who was that man that came running through?
Yeah, they sometimes wonder about me.
Do you drink the coffee?
Oh, I have to. That's a must.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Now, what do you get out of this? You have a website, I guess?
Yeah, I do have a website. I get a lot of personal satisfaction. I enjoy the photography. That's. If all else goes away, I still enjoy just taking good photographs, or trying to at least.
That must take a while.
I just thought maybe you were achieving something unusual, or you were working for Starbucks, or
I'm not.
maybe just like to beat off there or something.
But the aspect of doing something different and getting some recognition for it definitely appeals to me. Who doesn't want to be recognized?
I know. I'm not sure where the recognition comes from. Who gives it to you?
I get a lot of emails from people who've seen my site, and they just enjoy seeing photographs of their local Starbucks up on my website.
But you could do that with anything, any restaurant, any chain.
Yeah, why not Kroger's?
Yeah,
because they all look the same, and not all Starbucks look the same.
Pretty close.
Yeah, they are pretty close, I got to tell you.
If you take a look at the photographs, you'll see that while maybe 50% of them follow the same patterns, like in strip malls and malls, there's a good number of them that they've gone out of their way to make look different.
See, now you're in and out of these places real quick. People don't even know who you are, but yet you must have to stop and spend quite a while getting these photographs proper, getting the lighting right and
the directions.
All that stuff.
Yeah, it does take me a while. Plus, I have to go inside. I'm drinking the coffee. I'm taking notes.
You must use the bathroom sometimes. How often do the bathrooms require a key that you have to get from the front desk?
You can just walk in.
What percentage of them require you to get a key from somebody? Because that's kind of humiliating.
I'd say very few of them. Usually the downtown ones, to keep the homeless out.
Well, the ones here, it seems like you have to get the key.
Yeah, it seems like. How many commodes have you run into that have been just choked to a stop?
Not very many.
Okay, so they keep them in pretty good condition.
Yeah, they put a pretty good emphasis on cleanliness.
But you have had an experience or two where you walked
in there and you're
the
horrified.
Store, and was like, oh, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, when you walked out, you waved your arms wildly and told everyone there that it wasn't you.
I felt like doing it, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Have you ever put crime tape around a stall at Starbucks?
Not yet, but
No.
there's been a few that have been bad.
Yeah.
Okay, we're talking to Winter, who is trying to get to every Starbucks in the world. That's his goal in life. What do you have any other goals in life? You trying to get married or have kids or?
As quickly as they're building Starbucks, who has time for a wife or kids?
But do you have a job? How do you afford the luxury of going to all these Starbucks?
I'm a computer programmer, and I plan to keep doing this for a while. I got to keep the money rolling in somehow.
But how do you
Just
do
to go
that?
to the Starbucks?
Yeah, because how do you do that when you start going to other states and all this stuff and traveling cross country?
Well, I'm a contractor, so when I finish one assignment, I typically have a few weeks off between starting a new assignment. Plus, being a contractor gives me the flexibility to take more days off. I don't have to depend just on my vacation days. Say,
Hey, he's been to a lot of our Starbucks.
Really?
Yeah, look, he's been to Telegraph and 9 Mile. He's been to Royal Oak. Is that the Royal Oak one?
Yeah, 13 in Woodward and the one downtown.
Oh, okay. I was going to accuse you of putting the wrong Starbucks picture up, but
There's a Starbucks at Maple and Lasser. Well, the thing of it is, it
That's Caribou.
Used to be a Sidney Boggs. There's a Caribou there. See, that's what I mean. They always put one right across the street.
there's Starbucks too?
Uh-huh. Well, you know what happened? There's a Sidney Bog there, which was a big local tradition. Starbucks come through and bounce them out.
No kidding.
So
Well,
Sidney
you
Boggs
got to
went-
come back.
Yep. Sidney Boggs went bye-bye.
Get
and
your butt
Starbucks
back here.
came in.
Well, don't worry. I'll be back in Detroit.
Get the key to the
probably
bathroom.
every
Yep.
year.
There's another one right there. Maple and Lasser. That's where you got to go.
Now, what do you have? Do you make friends? I mean, do you have a social life, or does Starbucks pretty much take the place of all that stuff?
Oh, I got a few buddies at the local Starbucks here in Plano. A couple of them took a trip with me about a month or two ago.
Do you have anything going on in your social life, though, that is not Starbucks related? I mean, like girlfriend, boyfriend?
No. It would definitely be a girlfriend if I could find anybody appealing that's also interested in me.
What's your
Well, you
favorite?
should be meeting some girls just from the
Wow.
site. Don't any chicks ever email in and say, "You want to put out?"
They
For
email
coffee?
me all the time, but they're not sending me the pictures.
Let's send you
Oh,
the
boy.
pictures.
Well, maybe it's just not the right. You're not going to the right thing. Maybe you need to. Let's see. Go to every. I don't know. Every. What else could he go to? What
Something
would
that
chicks
would
be
be,
impressed with?
Well, there's
Go to every Lord and Taylor.
Visiting all the Denny's,
No, you could go
Nah.
to every. You could go to every Neiman Marcus and every Lord and Taylor.
Victoria's Secret.
Victoria's Secret.
Problem is, I'd run out.
Secret.
The thing with Starbucks is they keep building them, so I always have somewhere new to go.
I know, but eventually
there's too
you're
many
gonna be
of
too
them.
tired, and you're gonna end up with some chick who's gonna go, "This is just. I don't want to spend my life going to Starbucks."
Exactly.
Winter.
Yep. And then what happens if they fold
And
in the
you're
middle of
naming
this? What if you're halfway done with this thing and all of a sudden they fold because they overexpanded too fast?
That would be very disappointing.
That would be a
but
drag.
I don't think it's going to happen.
Have you thought about having a Starbucks character? Maybe just being, some kind of superhero that goes to all the Starbucks?
Maybe a big S
Cape.
on a cape. Yeah, big S.
I've a
Big
friend
bulge.
has told me that the TV show South Park might parody me. Maybe they'll do that.
Do you have any other plans besides Starbucks? Is there any other goal or anything crazy like that you're doing? Because that's wacky.
About 3 years ago, I waited in line for quite a bit to see that Star Wars movie, and I was thinking,
Oh my God, you're kidding.
Is a Star Wars line guy?
You're one of those guys too.
yeah, but the problem is, if I do it again this year, they'll build like 100 Starbucks while I'm waiting in line.
Yeah. So how often are you going to Starbucks? I mean, is this like you spend 2 or 3 days a week going to Starbucks that you haven't been to?
Out on my road trips, no, since I have to work, I have to wait until I get a few days off. Like a holiday comes along, and I'll take an extra day off, and so I'll be on the road for about 4 days.
So you spend most of your vacation time going to Starbucks?
Yeah, pretty much all my free time.
Man,
By yourself?
Usually by myself, but I've had a couple of road trips with some buddies.
it's hard to talk many
Well, yeah, I know.
people into that.
Who is gonna
Hey,
go?
where you want? Yeah, it's like it's winter's vacation. Where are we going? Could
Wichita,
it be
Kansas. Going to hit
Starbucks?
all the Starbucks.
Where's Winter going on vacation this year? Could it be Starbucks?
Now, Winter, some people are saying that you'll never get to every Starbucks because Tommy Lee has a Starbucks in his basement, and you're not getting to his place.
I don't think that's true.
You've never heard about his Starbucks?
No, it is true. We've had him in studio. We visit with him, and he in fact does. It's his
And he
favorite
said
place.
you can't come.
It is his
Well,
favorite place, and Starbucks actually came and installed an installation in his home, actually, which
Maybe
was
I'll have to
featured
get in
on
touch with
Cribs.
Tommy.
And they said it's an official location, and you can't go.
Maybe I'll have to get in touch with him.
Well, you can try, but I don't know. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah,
He's pretty private about it, apparently.
that could be the one holdout forever.
I don't know what the deal is. He just was trying to spoil your situation or what. But
I think you should pick
he
up.
sounded pretty negative on it.
Okay.
He invited me over, and I said I was going to bring you, and he said, no, you can't come then. I don't know what his problem is.
Well,
Have you heard about his place?
Somebody emailed me about that.
Yeah, it's on Cribs on MTV. Do they show it on Cribs?
Yes,
Yeah, they do.
yeah.
I think it says winter not allowed or something like that.
In there. Been there too.
Well, I guess I'll just have to stick to the corporate-owned Starbucks.
Well, no, they do own it. Apparently, he pays them by the cup.
How many Starbucks are there in total at this point in the country? Do you know?
I think they sent me an email yesterday saying something around 3,300.
Now, what about the ones that are in foreign countries? Those count too, right?
I'm definitely planning on going. I've already been to the UK once, and back when they were just getting started, and now they have about, I don't know, some 300 stores. So I've got my work cut out for me, and
So-
then probably 1,000 more internationally.
Did you skip like Buckingham Palace and stuff to go to all the Starbucks?
Unfortunately, I have to say that I didn't do much sightseeing other than Starbucks, but I promised myself that the next time I got over there, I would see some sights.
No, you won't, because you'll be catching up with all these new Starbucks. There's no way. That's just wishful thinking.
I'll have to take a break from drinking coffee. There's only so many cups I can drink in a day.
Now, there might be some chick out there that's saying, you know what, I need some purpose in life, too. What would she do? Email you at www.starbuckseverywhere.net?
Hey, if somebody wants to, some cute girl wants to be my traveling companion, I'm all for it.
All right, and what's your definition of a cute girl?
I think most women are attractive in one way or another, so I'm not very picky.
So it doesn't matter?
She must have to like coffee.
What if she likes the baked goods a little too much?
I'm not going to be too picky about body size. I mean,
Yeah, nothing little caffeine can't fix, right? Get enough caffeine in her and get the metabolism going, and she'll drop pounds.
Hey, Winter, there's one picture of Winter here. There's this weird lighting behind you, and you look almost like you're really high or something. You know the picture I'm talking about?
Oh, the one where I just had been on the road for a few days without sleep, and my hair's all crazy?
Yeah, I don't know.
There's a huge flash, like on the right side of the image.
Yeah, I took that picture of myself in a bathroom right after I'd driven into Salt Lake City. Slept at some rest stop.
Were you in the throes of ecstasy? I see your head is thrown back and your eyes are closed, as if experiencing something wonderful.
I was almost asleep.
Okay. Hey, listen, this is a lot of fun. I hope that you get to all the Starbucks. It sounds kind of questionable, but if that's what you want to do and you enjoy it, I'm not going to stop you.
Hey, I appreciate your enthusiasm and your words of encouragement.
Well, I'm nothing if enthusiastic, and we'll see if we can't get some chicks to email you at www.starbuckseverywhere.net. And, John, do you live in Texas?
Yeah.
You do? Okay, so if anybody wants to join you on your trek, they'd probably have to relocate.
Well, chances are that I'd roll through their town eventually.
Oh, that's cool. So you can check them out, have lunch, and if they're skank or something, you can just blow them off.
Well, I wouldn't put it that way, but that sounds about right.
Yeah, I hear you. No, I understand. You don't want them to just relocate without knowing that they're not just some really gross person. Well, listen, Winter, thanks for the time, and good luck again.
Hey, thank you for having me on your show.
Keep up the good work.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, there's something for everyone in this world.
I guess. Apparently.
Even though Tommy Lee says he cannot go to his goal is blunted before he could even consider completing it.
It'll always be marked incomplete. That's absolutely asinine. What is the matter with people?
I don't know.
It just never ceases to amaze me. Really, it's just...
Well, the name change, it all starts with the name change. There's something weird going on there. He wants a new identity. He doesn't know, really know how to get it. He thinks it's going to Starbucks.
Yeah. This winter
uses
thing.
all his vacation to go there. It's really kind of, I don't know. I almost felt like crying about halfway through.
He's made a career out of the name.
I didn't know whether to rag him to tears or to start crying myself.
I know it.
Well, it's a good thing. I don't know. I was going to say it's a good thing he says he's heterosexual, because there's only a chick would go along with him. Although maybe a gay guy would get off.
Oh, my God. You can sit around a coffee shop. Not only that, they don't want to look that ragged after being on the road, just ravaged by the road.
Yes, although he did say he spent the night in a rest stop.
Oh, that's true.
He stopped at a rest stop, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just wacky enough, too.
To attract a gay guy?
Yeah, they like doing crazy things.
Yeah, it could be wacky.
Yeah,
I guess if they got it on in every John.
Oh, that'll be his next mission.
They made glory holes at every Starbucks.
His next mission.
They had this unique little stall cutter.
Yeah.
Circular
he's got that drill bit.
It's just the size of Winter's penis.
Yep, he's got the wireless drill.
Just my diameter plus 2 inches.
Rechargeable drill with a nice drill bit, and just cranks it right through the wall. Perfect hole every time.
And like Pavlov's dog, it's hard. The sound of the drill bit going.
Drew and Mike.
Hey guys, why don't you relax a little bit? I have work to do. We have guests arriving, so just chill.
101 WRIF. The Riff. On 101.
Judd, 34B. Nice little breasts, though. They're kind of perky.
Perky.
They're very perky.
Perky.
Barbara Eden, 36B. I think she's bigger than that.
Barbara Eden. Yeah,
maybe
she's
not.
got big
Jeannie?
boobs, I thought.
Jeannie's got some nice tubes.
I thought so.
Let's see, who else? Carly Simon, 36B. Kathy Crosby, 35B. Saw a side shot of him in that movie where Gabe Kaplan is the basketball coach. I'm pretty sure that's where did you fart?
No.
Did someone? No?
Nope.
Well, there's something
Sure wasn't you?
suspiciously... No.
Could be Mark.
No.
No?
I didn't.
No one farted.
I'm sorry.
Just a fart-like smell, just in
Yeah.
the room. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
I just look around the room. I find it hard to believe that no one in this group would admit it. I feel like everyone would be more than happy to lay claim.
What a wonderful smell.
For no reason at all. Just consider it a
If
blessing.
they knew it was going to be that,
Just
you might not be
consider
in a
it
hurry to claim it.
Consider it a blessing.
Smell it. Drew's drinking.
Courtney Cox, 34C. Courtney Love, 34B.
Courtney Love.
She was bigger than that. Did she get her implants removed?
I think so. Boy,
Sybil-
she cooked. Did you see how they're trying to get her the hell out of that
she's
whole
so
agreement?
gross.
She's such
Sybil
an idiot.
Shepherd, 36C. Dana Delaney, 34C. She's got a fine rack. That movie she's in East of Eden, that is one nice rack out there in display, I gotta say. Diane Lane. Yeah, I like Diane Lane. I don't know why.
I don't know who the hell that is.
She's in, what's the boat movie with Clooney we did Cliff Notes for?
Oh, Perfect Storm.
Perfect Storm.
Perfect Storm. Oh, I saw that movie.
She's Marky Mark's
right.
girlfriend.
Okay, I know who that is.
Too.
She's in some.
I
She's
saw
in
that.
a
I know-
bunch of movies with Matt Dillon too.
I know who you mean because I saw Perfect
The Big
Storm.
Town with Matt Dillon. Yeah. She's pretty cute. Doris Day, 36B. Gross. Anyone?
God almighty, what wrinkle is to shoot those with cheesecloth?
Elle McPherson, 34C. Ellen Barkin, 34C. Yeah, she's been carrying a nice rack around with her for a while.
No. like a pet.
Gina Gershon, 36C. That is a hell of a scene in Bound, I gotta say. Halle Berry, 36C. Are those C's?
No, I find that hard to believe. Those look like B pluses.
Yeah.
Oh, really? I thought they were bigger than. I thought maybe bigger than C's.
Oh,
Anyway.
God, no.
I think they're C's. I think they're C's.
Do you really?
Yeah, definitely.
I don't. Of course, I'm not a boob man. I'm
Trust
a
me,
leg
those
man.
are nice. Those are healthy C's. I really
I'll
believe
trust
so.
you. I'll trust you. You're,
I mean,
you're the boob guy.
You gotta rack them up in a cup and. You
all
know,
right.
You just flop them out there.
I will
maybe,
never question.
she doesn't have implants or anything.
I won't question your boobability.
Well, I'm not. I'm not going to promise anything, but.
Well, no, but I mean,
There's Diane. Is that Diane Lane?
Yeah.
God, what a
Look at it.
slut.
Oh, come on. That's
What
a
a
nice shot. That's
whore.
from the big town.
My God, she's just nude as I don't know what.
If you like gambling, that's a really underrated movie because it's a gambling movie. I think it's decent.
That's
Boy,
a
look at that.
booby
Look at
movie.
the rack on her.
My God,
Wow.
she just wants to be nude. Listen, honey, why don't you just spread your legs and stay that way 24/7?
Would you get off her ass?
I'd
She's
like
an
to get on it
actress.
to begin with.
She's been in some artistic scenes for the sake of the script. I don't think there's any need.
For the sake of the script.
Hey, was it
what's
artistically
that?
important to the story, and
Yeah.
you're going to give her a bad time about it.
All right, I'm sorry.
Excuse her for being a little bit nude from time to time.
A little bit nude, my God.
But look at those tubes.
I know, I'm trying to. Mark's going so fast.
Why should the world be deprived of those? Vital signs, that's back in 89. That's those tubes 13 years ago. Let's check that out.
To see how they've
Very nice.
aged.
Nice technique, too.
They've held up well.
Those tubes, there's something
held-
structurally sound about them, too. They're holding up well.
Despite being manipulated and squeezed and jammed together for years. And lifted.
Seems like the guys are all hands off, though. She won't let anyone touch them.
Well, that's because she wants to touch him, and no one else can touch him but
a
her.
mouth on them there. What do you want?
Look at the saliva all over her nipple from that clown. Who is that idiot? Who's that fool on her?
They're in a pool or a...
Who is that dude?
There's a guy in that picture. I didn't even see him.
Can't help but see him.
Mark, are you done?
Get a room with his shoulder.
Vitals. Let's see. Descending Angel is an important movie. Certainly an important piece of... Oh, look at
A
that.
nice side shot. Ooh, that is one chunk of
I hate to
boobage.
just bring the show to a screaming halt while we enjoy Diane Lane's breasts in every possible way. But
What did they say? What is she carrying around?
she's got a C cup.
There you go.
Look at
Oh,
look at them
brother.
things. Lady Beware, 87.
Well, I tell you, a C cup really is.
That's a set.
You know what? C is my favorite. C is really a perfect size.
Oh, get off
C is the
her. Get
perfect
off her.
size.
It is a very nice
The
size.
C really is.
You
I
know,
mean,
they-
that's my favorite.
They declared Jennifer Connelly to be a 34D here. Now, if you go on Jennifer Connelly and you see her in that one movie where she's on the beach, she does look like she's really racking up a pretty monster pair of breasts. But then when you see her in A Beautiful Mind and you see her at the Oscars this year, it's like, what happened to her breasts? Where'd they go?
So pull them out.
The hot spot. There you
Must
go, Mark.
be a rack bot.
No, those things.
No?
See, look at these beach shots of her. Don't give me that ew. I want him ejected from the room.
Oh, you're crazy. She's hot.
Look at that. No, that's a big old D cup.
Good God, that's heavy
Something's
boobage.
happened to those things. I don't know. I'd like to have them structurally studied.
Well, what could possibly happen to
happened to
them?
them.
What are they going to walk off
I
to?
don't know what happened to them.
They
I'm
can't
telling you,
just
though,
walk
something's wrong
off.
with their tubes.
They can't just leave.
What movie's that?
Oh, Requiem for a Dream.
Requiem for a Dream.
It's on
Oh,
tonight.
Jesus.
Kim Cattrall, 34B.
Gross.
Nasty. Next.
Oh, you guys. Linda Blair, 34D. Linda Carter, 37C.
Did Linda Blair...
Just to get them custom made.
Linda Blair, those are real, right? Or did
Yeah,
she
those are
have
real.
a- okay,
Yeah, she just, they popped out of nowhere.
They swelled up after Exorcist, didn't they? She went on to be just a walking
Yeah, she was a
set.
teenage alcoholic with the big
Yeah.
tubes.
Mm-hmm.
That was the name of the movie.
Teenage
Sarah
alky
Sarah
with big
T,
tubes.
teenage alcoholic with the big tubes.
Yeah.
Nice.
Is that Linda Carter?
Yeah, look at those
Oh,
nips.
look at, oh boy.
God almighty.
Nice retro.
Well, that wee little chili.
Wow.
Very nice. Bobby
the
Jones,
Lord
how
knew what he
was
was
that what that
doing when
was?
he-
Yeah.
Man, when the Lord came up with boobs, he really knew what he was doing, you know?
Mary Lou
What
Henner,
made him think of, like, I'm going to
Mary Lou Henner.
put these things in there called boobs.
35C. She got a nice rack.
Oh,
She's in
yeah.
there.
Well, everybody has played with them damn things.
Let's see, who else? Mary Hart, 34B. Who cares?
God, that
Nobody
Mary
wants
Hart
to
is
see
so washed up. How matronly. And I hope she still isn't carrying insurance on her legs, which are huge. Mary Hart's legs blow.
them. Yeah, that's not a very good picture of Mary
little
Lou's breasts.
off-centered.
No, she looks horrible there.
Yes. Ouch.
That's from a lot of use, man.
I'm not making excuses for her breasts.
I hope there's no plastic required either.
Phoebe Cates, 34B. Rachel Hunter, 36C. Rachel Ward, 34C. Rachel Ward used to be so hot.
Oh, man, yeah. Wasn't she in that thing with, oh, God. What was it? Who's the homo?
Oh, Richard Chamberlain,
Thank
you mean
you.
the miniseries?
Thank you. Yes, that's it. What's
Oh,
the
I
name of
see
the
you
miniseries?
watched Against All Odds.
What's the name of the miniseries?
Against All Odds, wasn't
No,
it?
that's not the one
Oh, that
I'm
was a
thinking of.
movie.
No. Rachel Ward and
Birds.
thank you, the Thornbirds. You got it. She was so. Ooh, was she beautiful
How
in that?
dare you remember her from the Thornbirds?
Well, that's how I remember. And was she cute? Ooh, was she hot? Very
That's
pretty in that.
nice. Sable, 38C. Sean Young, 34B. Well, Stevie Nicks, 34B.
Really, I thought
you
all
know- you
the
know
weight.
who
I
else-
thought all the weight would push them babies up to a D.
Watching Weird Science before we talked to Bill Paxton at Kelly LeBrock. Boy, in her day. Boy, I don't know what she looks like now. She's living with convenience store clerks.
Oh God.
Gas station.
I
Plasty.
don't know what that... I haven't seen her lately.
I'm sure she's a plasty candidate.
You checking her out?
Yeah, I'm looking for her. How do you spell her? Like?
She Lebrock.
It's nice having a computer in the studio now.
You're not kidding.
We used to have to walk across the hallway.
Skin movie. We're on MrSkin.com, by the way. The woman in red? Oh, she's just from behind. Oh, look at that bush.
Where?
On the bottom left.
It's an explosion. It's a big old.
Oh, look at that monster triangle. That is a hair triangle.
That movie's about 10 years old.
She got a lot of hair on her arms. I like it. Like it. A lot means a big bush. I like a big bush.
She looked pretty good
Look
in that
at
flick.
that upside down triangle. Very.
She looks good from behind.
Big old bush. Big old bush.
Wait, did they show that in the movie? Or is that just off some special Mr. Skin cell?
No, that was put in the movie. Oh my God! Look at
What is this?
I don't know. It's just a shot of
Weird
somebody.
Science?
Just a photograph of panties.
She never showed anything in
Or
Weird
panties.
Science. I don't think.
Look at just these like anatomical.
She got that shape to her, that nice womanly shape, you know, with the hips.
Oh God, yes, I know exactly what you mean.
Yes.
Very much
Yeah,
so.
no, you don't appreciate that. You want little stick figures. Whatever. Maybe with a collection of bones. We'll just be circling things all over the lady in red.
Legs look like they were getting a little big.
Well, anyway, thanks for the list of celebrity bra sizes. That's
very
fun.
nice.
We could maybe make that into some Red Wings tickets for trivia.
That would work.
If you guess the breast size?
Yeah. That'd work wonderfully.
Maybe we should get some playoff trivia just in case. Get something ready. We had a few more requests. To hear a replay of the little girl that screens her daddy's calls, the guy that beat up the other Little League coach with a baseball bat. She was a T-ball coach. Because they were debating going from T-ball to coach pitch. And that's what that's when he lost it, whenever he got a bat, and they started swinging bats at each other.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But he had this little girl, we estimated 4 or 5 years old, one of those brilliant little whiz kids who was screening his phone calls. Because, of course, media people were calling like crazy. Because he swung at another T-ball coach with a baseball bat. It was the media like better than that. So she did such a good job of screening the phone call. It was so cute that people were asking us to call her back, and we did yesterday. And here's our call. The cute little girl still doing the screening.
Hello?
Yeah, hi, it's Drew and Mike calling on WRIF Radio. Is your dad home?
No, he isn't.
Do you expect him to be home anytime soon?
Yeah, I think he'll be home, I don't know when.
Oh, have you been answering the phone for him now for a while?
Yeah, may I take your name and number?
Well, yeah, it's Drew and Mike calling on WRIF Radio. We called last week and we spoke to you. And I guess your dad, he kind of hung up the phone on us.
Radio?
Yeah.
Oh, higher.
And
you should have cut an ID.
I think he's told you to have us call your lawyer or something like that, or his lawyer.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All I need is your number, and I'll have our attorney call you back.
Oh, you know what? That's okay. We don't need him to waste his time talking to us, but we just wondered is your dad talking to people on the telephone now, or are you still answering all the phone calls for him?
My mom and me are still answering the phone. He doesn't really want to talk to anybody.
Oh, well, you're doing a great job for him.
Thanks.
What does he ask you to say? Just to turn everything over to the attorney?
Huh?
Does he just ask you to turn everything over to the attorney?
We'll tell our attorney, and then we'll have our attorney call you.
Oh, wow. And so you've really risen to the occasion and done a good job for Daddy.
Thanks.
And Dad, he didn't do anything wrong, did he?
Nope.
And do you think everything will come out okay?
I'm not allowed to. Yeah, I think so. Okay.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, you still love Daddy, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, he'll be okay.
Okay.
And Mommy's happy too?
Yep.
Oh, that's great. Well, you're doing a heck of a job handling the phone calls for him, and I appreciate your time.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Well, that dick bag. How dare you have that kid answer the phone
I know
for
it.
him.
Isn't it awful?
Mommy and
Do
I are
his dirty
handling
work.
it.
Do his stinking work for him.
He's actually using her cuteness to his advantage.
Oh, God, of course, yes.
Down on the corner, the national pastime went on trial. We're talking baseball. Klazuski, Campanella, talking baseball. Man and Bobby Fella.
Hey, Christine, how you doing? Christine? We lost her, Mark.
Oh, no.
Christine, are you there? What line, Mark? Mike?
She was on phone. Someone else.
Oh.
Hold on. Oh, no.
Huh.
Christine? Hello, Rick.
She had a unique idea. She wanted us to guess her rack size.
Oh.
20 questions. I didn't think there was a prize. I just think it was just for the exercise.
Just for the fun of it. Just for the fun of it.
Hey, Eric, what's going on?
Hey, man, I had an unfortunate homo sighting yesterday.
Oh, no. Where were you?
Westbound on 96, I was getting on the ramp to go north on 275. Just kind of minding my own business, jamming to the radio, and I had the corner of my eye see this car hanging next to me to my left. I looked down in it because I drive a truck that sits up fairly high, and he was steering with his left hand and was playing with his right hand.
Oh, Jesus.
How utterly nauseating.
Was he pantsless or were his pants just down?
I just had him unzipped, and
Oh, he had the thing sticking up through there.
the creepiest thing is the way he was looking up at me.
Oh, man.
Oh, yikes. He froze you. He knew he nailed you. He was so pumped. That was just what he wanted.
Oh, man, at least he didn't use you for the final release.
It was that you're watching me beat off face.
Yeah.
Well, I had to nail somebody else, too. I have a CB in my truck, and as I was catching up to a gravel truck, all the truckers kind of talked to each other like, hey, check out this hot chick in this car. So I said that to this guy in his gravel truck. I said, hey, there's a white Honda coming up next to you. I said, check it out, but I didn't say a hot chick.
Yeah.
He come back and chewed me a new one. It was pretty funny.
What, did he get frozen by the guy, too?
Oh, yeah, he was definitely wanting people to check him out.
Do you believe the nerve? The nerve.
And this is like rush hour traffic.
What makes this guy think he's not going to be trapped in traffic and have people like beat him up or trucks just surround
thinks his
him?
dick is so special it'll get him out of it. Whatever.
Just amazing.
He'll just beat off for the cop.
I know it.
Freeze him.
My God, the nerve.
Drive away.
Oh, the nerve. With the cell phones out there now and everything. Oh.
Thanks. Hey, Rob, what's up? How you doing, Rob?
Oh, I'm doing okay.
What were you calling for?
Well, a few weeks ago, I had to make a presentation at a local country club, and the night before, I had downloaded some of the web girls to email to a friend of mine, and so I had them, machines set up for the big screen and everything, pop the computer on, pull the pictures up for the presentation. Lo and behold, it's all the web girls in their glory.
Now, how did that happen?
I don't know, because I couldn't figure out how to turn the thing off.
Of course, at that moment.
Oh, so at that point, I lunged for the plug and pulled the plug on the thing. It was one of those slow draining ones, with how it slowly drains out. It just go off fast.
Which web girl was it on? Do you know offhand?
No, it's like you had all the little thumbnail things.
Yeah, the thumbnails,
somehow it somehow like scans right into each individual picture in picture folder or whatever in XP. So they all showed up.
Well, so sorry about that. Did you? So how did you explain that?
Must have been somebody playing with my computer, huh?
Yeah, some maniac, some madman.
Yeah.
All right, thanks for the call.
All right.
Okay.
By the way, we got a few more entries for the web girl, which I'm delighted about. Thank God.
Yeah, where are you?
Jesus is bombed.
Bartenders and waitresses. We're offering you all these free plugs if you just send in a very nice picture of yourself as a web girl.
I don't know it.
Drew Mike at WRF.com. Just scan a picture over, or a couple pictures, something at work, or something.
Not that big a deal, but hurry up and do it because I'm trying to stay on time with this thing. Look at this now. We're at the 24th of April. 24th. Come on. We got to get. In the ideal world, I would like to be able to post the girls by Friday afternoon, have them all up there and have the voting go on through the weekend into early next week, and then announce the winner. Stay right dead nuts on. I mean, I'm saying in an ideal world, this is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make everybody happy.
People are going to
for
hear
goodness
things
sake.
different.
Oh, well, sure. The problem has been, as you know, nothing has been coming in. Nothing.
Yeah, you got to get a few, actually.
I know, but I'm saying, you know how long the drought has been.
Well, I know, you're looking for a good turnout. I'm surprised, too. I thought bartenders and waitresses would go nuts to get some PR.
Oh, I was very happy with that thing.
We're not going to rag anybody.
Well, no, I thought that would be a very successful theme. I really liked that concept. But fortunately, we got 4 girls came flying in. What was it, yesterday, the day before? Very nice.
We got Mickey Redmond just minutes away. Trudi News in a second. And Red Wings tickets for tomorrow night's Game 5 at Joe Louis Arena. So Wings tie it up in Vancouver. 2 games apiece with last night's 4-2 victory. So be ready to call in, and we'll do some... We'll get some Red Wings playoff trivia out of our book there. Mr. Stress is brought to you by Nextel. Stay ahead of your competition with Nextel Direct Connect, the digital two-way radio built into every Nextel phone. Reach coworkers at the touch of a button. No phone tag, no trading voicemail. Get right through with Nextel Direct Connect, 1-800-NEXTEL9. Stress, what's going on?
Hey, down to one accident now. 94 westbound, just before Livernois. Got one there. Right lane is blocked. And that thing is backed up all the way to, before 75. So there you go. That's a hell of traffic.
All right. Trudy's brought to you by American Equity Mortgage. Take advantage of current low interest rates to refinance or consolidate your bills. Call American Equity Mortgage. Even with less than perfect credit, call 888-71-LOAN1.
Forgive and forget, maybe, or should we excommunicate them for life? That's what the Pope's cardinals are all wondering about.
Easy.
Yeah. After the human wreckage they've caused from one side of the country to the other, it seems like an easy question to answer. But it's the main topic of what to do with wayward priests today, whether they should be readmitted to the ministry after being treated for sex crimes. According to Time magazine, pedophiles who do go through treatment programs are less likely to get back into the groove of being a pedophile than those who are sent away or imprisoned, they say. Cardinal law is the other question. It never came up, supposedly, at the Little Pope gang discussion there.
Whether or not blowout law?
Whether or not he should be fired, because he's really at the root of the sex scandal.
He should be blown out! You're blown out, law!
And the bad PR that it's generated for the Catholic Church because of his penchant for
Get out of here, Bernie!
reassigning priests like Father Gagan, who molested several hundred young altar boys. From Rome, by the way, Cardinal Maida apologizing last night to the families of Major League Baseball player Tom Bajorek and his brothers sexually assaulted by Father Gerard.
Take your time, my God. It's been 3 weeks since that was disclosed.
I don't know whether you can just apologize anymore, though. Isn't that sort of at the root of some lawsuits sometimes?
If you Tom Bajorek was out just for money? You think a guy in his 50s just is dying to come forward and be in the newspaper next to some molestation story? I mean, that's just so pathetic that someone would even think about that, especially a church.
But
And
if you apologize, then you set
too.
yourself up for a lawsuit. And isn't that sort of the saddest part?
I'm sure they could have proved it.
Yeah.
This guy doesn't need money. He's played Major League Baseball for 15 years. He's a professional announcer.
Yeah, that's kind of the heartbreaking aspect, though, of society where if you apologize for something that you truly feel like you've done wrong.
Why don't they just pay the guy off and not apologize then? Like they usually do.
You know, there are only so many times I can say I'm sorry and still mean it.
Anyway, priests aren't the only ones either. A 63-year-old grandfather in this area charged with molesting his two grandchildren from two different sons, one of whom threatened to kill the old guy when the younger son relocated the accused grandfather to a safer location. The older son then parked on the corner of Allen Road and M15 with pictures of his daughter at a table set up with a sign that read, "My father molested my daughter." Well, got out, and the family talked him into taking the display down. The detective on the case for the Oakland County Sheriff's Department says the guy's angry demonstration was probably provoked by watching too much police TV. Is he ragging cops?
I hope not, because they got a hell of an episode coming up. They got their 500th episode coming up, and then they have the naked perps following the all the nude editions of Cops.
Naked Cops?
No, the criminals nude.
Right, yeah.
That's pretty cool.
A string of naked cop episodes?
First the 500th episode at 8 o'clock, and then a special episode afterwards with nude people.
When is this on? It's an important date. I think everybody should.
You know what? It doesn't. I don't have the date here. So Saturday, April. It's this Saturday. I'm sorry, this Saturday. Yes.
Wow.
Smitty had sent us something on this too.
Are you taping that?
Trudy, are you kidding? I'd be taping if they had clothes on. I wouldn't tape they're nude.
Some Democrats uncomfortable with Bill Clinton's flitting around, grumbling that the fundraiser at the Apollo tonight in New York City and Harlem with Michael Jackson is a pretty bad case of bad timing, wondering how Bill Clinton can be elbow to elbow with the biggest accused pedophile in the world.
It's probably part of his grand scheme to get you in bed.
During one of the biggest pedophile scandals in the country. It'll be emceed by Chris Tucker. The president that we now have is headed out west to his ranch this weekend after watching the Dennis Quaid flick The Rookie in the private presidential theater last night.
Yeah, I watched it with Karen Hughes.
Yeah, Karen.
She was on her way out and wanted to see the. I wouldn't leave now, but I want to see The Rookie.
Does Karen Hughes have a package? I thought she did when I was watching her sort of marshal the troops and order people around.
She wears a jockstrap.
Too. Does she?
Yeah, she don't wear panties or thongs. She wears a jockstrap.
He's going to stop in Sioux City on the way. Hey.
What?
She's a strong woman, so of course. Yes. See?
She calls the shots in her family. I'm out of here. Husband and kid are coming with me. We've had it.
And then there's Katina Shaddix.
Or I should say, I've had it.
She's recovering, having taken a beating for about 6 months. Cross-country beating, as a matter of fact. When her truck-driving boyfriend kidnapped her, Shannon Jones, her boyfriend, suddenly wouldn't let her out of the truck when she decided, you know what, I'm not all that keen on you beating me. I think I would rather get out of the truck.
Ah, you ain't dead.
Well, she's almost dead, though. She's got a couple broken bones.
Cops really never thinks anybody's hurt.
bruises from head to toe. He would escort her to restrooms constantly. When she was inside, she would write on the restroom walls, "Please help me. This is not a joke." Well, one guy, one hero of the day, Binford Aycock, finally believed her. Janitor at a truck stop in Tennessee, and he called police.
Well, it said it's no joke. That made me pay attention to it. I called 911, and turned it over to them.
Simple guy who saved the day, and they managed to track this truck driver down in Georgia. They found her bound and gagged. She basically was at the point where she decided she was going to make a break for it. If he killed her, it really, wasn't going to be such a loss. She didn't want to live that way anymore. Bono, by the way, on tour, at least for a month, with Treasury Secretary Paul O'Neill in Africa. They're going to swing through Ghana and South Africa and Ethiopia. He wants to show Paul O'Neill just how bad off third world countries are, so we can start giving them money.
The Yankee outfielder?
No. The Treasury Secretary with the atrocious
Boring.
list. The body they found inside that 10-foot-long tiger shark off the coast of Australia, it turns out the body was a person who had been dead before the shark ate him. So the shark actually got split open for nothing. The kid actor who plays AJ on The Sopranos finally pleading guilty to mugging 2 teenagers in Central Park in New York City. Admitted he did it. And for admitting it, he gets 3 years probation. An Iowa woman is in big trouble for attacking a cop with a deadly weapon, a kitten. Holly Lowe has been arrested and jailed in Burlington, Iowa, because she tossed a kitten at an officer who was called to resolve some neighborhood feud of some sort. The cat hit the cop in the shoulder, and neither the kitten or the officer is seriously hurt. Gooch, Goldstein, Larry Flint, all on hard times these days as nudie magazines plunge in sales.
Oh, because of the web?
Because of the web, and because they try to compensate for falling sales, according to some people, by perving their magazines up more. The only one who didn't really go into the deep, remember what Penthouse did to attract, they thought it was going to attract, remember that, all that.
Gross.
Playboy circulation is, in fact, half of what it was back
I'm going to ruin this magazine when I get home.
in the primo days of porn. It went from 7 million a month to 3.5 million, so they're on really hard times. It's because of competition, too, from those magazines like Maxim and FHM and some of the other ones.
No, people are sick of airbrushing.
I'm going to ruin this magazine when I get home.
Girls are too fake, and they're not open enough.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's my analysis.
I see. The typical guy is a 14-minute man, according to the latest Men's Health magazine. 14 minutes is how long most guys last at sex. 14-minute man survives.
That's all you
say,
want.
14 minutes.
We go
by
longer.
being
That's a little long, isn't it? Yeah.
by putting in 15 minutes of
Sting.
Does that include cleaning?
What's that, Sting?
Foreplay included?
no 15 minutes of foreplay.
Does that include walking out of
Comes
that?
ahead of it. Show prep.
And
they
14
say.
minutes of love.
And then 14 minutes.
She can
till
just spend all the time getting
you're
it
done.
ready. Then just before she's ready to go, then we'll jump in there.
Like Bob Crane.
Is that still your practice?
Surgery. It's like you bring in the open cruise, the prep team, man. They open the chest, they get everything going. The surgeon comes in, does the thing, and then the clothes team comes in.
Men's Health magazine discovered that men think about sex 40 days a year, but they only get it 22 hours a year, and have 12 partners. Stand in the precarious 1 in 3 chance of it not working when they get it to that point.
1 in 3?
Yeah, there's a 1 in 3 chance that it won't stand up to the deed.
Who are these people that can't make it work?
Who are these sex fiends that do this
Lots of you,
research?
apparently.
No, lots of you guys.
No, lots of you.
You can't make it
We
work.
don't have to stand up.
It's easy to make it go.
Oh, yeah.
What?
That ain't help at all.
Wait a minute, you're putting the responsibility of making you work on us, too?
Well, just
Clark's
a little
just like,
effort.
the chick gets herself ready, and then we pop in.
Yeah, exactly.
Now
Then we'll bring in the clothes team for the cuddling.
Trudy, everyone knows the man.
Speaking from absolutely no experience recently, by the way.
Not for years. Not for years, and happy about it.
He's celibate. He should be a priest.
I'm going to ruin this magazine when I get home.
Anyway, 14-minute men.
14-minute women. That's all you want. You really want it that much more?
Next, well, let's make this party last a while.
Otherwise, you'd be sore.
It depends on who's... I don't know what your scene was like back in that day, Matt.
It was that big,
it was that big, you'd have to bring it out all the time. Come on, give me a break.
Bring it out for air, baby.
You'd be bringing it out at least for air.
Yeah.
Sports brought to you by Dr. Tafor and the Windsor Laser Eye Institute, where experience is the difference. They're focused on the future with the newest wave in laser technology, LADAR Tracker. Find out more by calling the excellent staff. Windsor Laser Eye Institute, 1-800-663-ISEE. And the Wings 4-2 winners last night. Mickey Redmond coming up shortly. Talk about that. He was quite upset with the officiating and the fans after the game. But Eisenman, by the way, passed Gordie Howe last night in career points.
Something?
Yeah. His 159th, I believe, that goal was made.
159th is true.
He was the number one star. Chelios and Fisher had goals. Drape had the empty netter. We'll talk to Mick coming up. Montreal beat the Bruins 5-3. Canadians up 2-1 in the series. Devils over the Hurricanes to tie that at 2-2. Islanders beat the Maple Leafs 6-1. Maple Leafs still up 2-1. The Blues get their third straight shutout from Brent Johnson. They lead the series 3-1 after a 1-0 win over the Hawks. And the Avs also get a shutout from Wah, leading the Kings 3-1 after their 1-0 victory. NBA, the Magic beat the Hornets in overtime, 111-103. They're tied at 1-1. And Utah upsets the Kings at home, 93-86. Corliss Williamson's NBA's best sixth man. And Jerry West is going to take over as president of Memphis Grizzlies. That's quite a surprise there. And how about this two-time Ohio Mr. Basketball? So he was Mr. Basketball his junior and sophomore years? LeBron James, considering an offer to play in Italy senior year.
That's just unbelievable.
Duke point guard Jason Williams is going to the NBA. Tigers win 3-0 on a Weaver shutout. Randall Simon had a 3-run homer.
Why would he go play in Italy?
They got pro leagues.
God, it just seems so half-assed.
Well, there's a lot of guys that can't quite make the NBA go play in Europe. Make a pretty decent living, too.
Really?
Kobe's old man played in Europe, didn't he?
Yep.
Yeah, a lot of people
Make
played
a lot of money?
Yeah, I think he did do pretty well for himself.
They pay for everything, too.
Yeah, I think you make...
Your house.
Now you can make damn near $1 million, can't you?
Yeah.
Mickey Redmond's coming up, and also we got tickets for Game 5, courtesy of the Detroit Red Wings. Get the Red Wings playoff CD available now at all Harmony House locations and Hockeytown Authentics in Troy. The CD is only $10. It includes 16 tracks, including Mickey's Red, White, and You, along with Bliss 66, Tantric, Rev, Detroit-based bands, and some of their tunes. And some of the proceeds go to Illich Charities for Children, helping needy children of Southeast Lower Michigan. And not to mention all those Red Wings songs and local band songs. It's available now at all Harmony House. Didn't get in there till, was it Monday it got in there? Yeah, I think it got in there Monday, but you can grab it now at Harmony House or, again, Hockeytown Authentics. Or, I believe they're selling it to Joe, too, don't they? Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can get it tomorrow night.
Drew and Mike.
Are you two dating?
101 WRIF.